go back to the place where you said I want something else to get me through this. Said it don't count alive, baby, baby. I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye. I believe in the sand beneath my toes. The beach gives a feeling, and if the feeling, I believe in the faith that grows. And the far chords can make me cry. When I'm with you, I feel like I could die, and that would be alright, alright. When the black cubic station was crashing, the building, the rich in the city was empty, the urge to feel alive. But now I'm struggling to survive those days you were wearing that velvet dress. You're the braces I must confess. Those glittering pennies may pass the test. Slide over in the belly, face down in the mattress wood. I want something else to get me through this life, baby. I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Peace, beloved, peace. What are you talking about? Goodbye. It's good day because right now it's live. It's actually Nftsnipers and chill number 22. I got the fucking hater blockers on because there's a lot of hate going on. There's a lot of love going on in the dojo with the bros, with the gurus. It's worldwide. We're taking over. All right. So peace, welcome. What up, huh? Oh, you got your glasses on too? Oh my God, I just noticed that. You looking fucking fly, Jeremy. Holy shit. You looking like you about to ride a jet.
I feel like they're giving off like Morpheus vibes, you know. I feel real Matrixy right now. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling.
If you feel Matrixy, I
Red
must feel
pill,
like a
blue
dirt
pill,
bag. I
baby.
feel like a Joe Dirt. You're killing me. you pooping on me, bro. Holy moly.
Poop.
What up, gentlemen? How you doing?
I feel slighted. You know, nobody told me that we were going to be wearing sunglasses for the intro, so.
But your
Yeah, we pulled a fast one on you there.
Your background got you
My
covered.
monkey stole them on me. That's right.
Do you guys know these glasses were part of my first ever stream for Top Shot? If you ever go back to the first video, these are legendary. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger gave me these, and I wore it on that pack opening I did on the Western Conference Finals pack.
Hey.
Maybe they can be unlockable
nostalgic
content
moment.
in the future.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, these definitely will be on a toy one day. My toy is not. It's doing all right. It's at 80. It's sold like 12. But you obviously, I'm not all about the highlights. I'm about the lowlights too. You just learn as you go, and I think that's. I embrace it. Keep building. Stay consistent, and stay honest and true. Shout out to the chat, Tigbo and the gang, Stephen Wise. I think a lot. I'm meeting up with an NFT a Top Shot guy at 8 o'clock today. So shout out to him, Rocky. But let's go around. Hey, Wall Street, what you been up to, bro?
Well, bud, it's been a pretty eventful week. It hasn't been too eventful as far as drops go, but I mean,
Dude, I was asking how you doing, man. I know you want to talk about NFTs.
well, whenever you ask how I'm doing and what I'm up to, they
It's just
kinda
a
go
part of
hand
his
in hand.
soul. He just wants to talk about it.
How I'm
he just
doing is
craves it.
directly linked to how my NFT endeavors are going.
It's fused to my happiness. Deadstock, what you been up to, bro? How's the life for you on that side?
Oh, chilling. Just been visiting with family and hanging out. Been keeping my finger on the pulse, but at the same time, just keeping my distance for a little bit. Just been rocking out and you know, consolidating a little bit. Everything's great.
Is that pulse throbbing like a whale's pulse, like a whale shark, or what's that pulse? Is it dying?
It's no, it's telling me go bigger.
See what I did there? Whale shark, I hope you're not dead. Jeremy,
There is
what up?
whale shark.
Yeah, I am.
We'll talk about that soon. Where is Whale Shark? Jeremy, what's up, councilman? How you doing, bud?
Doing good, man. I've actually had a great day. I can't drop too much alpha here, but just wrapped up a really exciting Delphi report that will be dropping probably within the next 24 hours, and I think it's going to blow people out of the water. I finished up another kind of top secret project today for Delphi, so I've been working on some stuff for the last week, finally kind of put them to the side, and now I have a little bit of clear runway to dive into some more cool stuff for the next week. So this is just like the perfect cherry on top to kind of put to bed my day in a really nice way. The only bad thing about today is my goddamn mustache on this side is being silly today. So that's the only negative thing I have to say for the whole
my
stream.
mustache is silly all the time, dude. you just got to go roll with it. Roll with it, bro. I think it's a privilege, honestly, to have someone on the inside of Delphi on this stream. It's like very valuable to the snipers and even to the dojo. So appreciate all that. You know how Jeremy always like, dude, I got alpha, bro. You always have alpha to drop. It's like that's a part of you, just like NFTs are a part of Walsh.
Man, I'm just happy to be here hanging out with you guys. That's, like I said, I've said it before, highlight of my week right here. So just happy to be kicking it with my boys.
Yo, we have Willis P in the building. Shout out to the Godfather.
What up, Willis?
Willis P in the building. He said the Fada chat isn't working, dude. Fada, I don't know, bro. What's up with Fada, dude?
They're building it out, baby.
I don't.
Be patient with Fada. All right, welcome,
Going to the moon,
big homie. So Walsh, you want to start us off? I titled the stream. What was the title again? Hold on, wait. Nftsniper and chill. Is generative art dead now? Chicken Derby sell tomorrow. Is owning a CryptoPunk the main goal? All right. So you want to start us off? Whatever you want to start us off with.
Sure. Is generative art dead? My opinion, no. It's probably going to have to. It's probably going through a changing process, but I don't think it's dead. I think we're going to still see more generative art projects, to be honest. This week, we had the Fame Lady Squad.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
I didn't get in, but it went crazy.
Shout out.
It didn't start crazy. It started, it sold out fairly slow, honestly. I don't think it sold out the first day. I think it sold out the second or third day. And what really drew me to the Fame Lady Squad was 100% honestly the fact that I was up at like 2 a.m. and I got news that Gary V had bought potentially the rarest Fame Lady, or whatever we're going to call these. He bought the rarest one.
Yeah.
And that's what compelled me to go out and buy one. The technique that I used here is similar to what Deadstock normally does, and that's I didn't try to mint. I didn't want to mint 4 or 5 of them and try to hit a rare one. I just went to the secondary market.
Dude, this is a new strategy. I don't know what you're talking about. This is actually
neither do I.
I want
You guys
this
have
is
some
valuable
late night
info.
jam sessions.
I can't give up all the. I can't give up.
I've
all
been
the
getting
strategy.
screwed with the gambling minting here.
While she's giving it up. So.
Holy shit!
It's nothing crazy. Like it's
it's
nothing
not
intricate. It's nothing advanced. Rather than minting 4 or 5 of these things and trying to get a rare, just go to secondary and find a low-hanging fruit, right? So I went with a trait that normally does well across all projects, and that's laser eyes. Now with Fame Ladies, there's like 4 or 5 different tiers of laser eyes. So I, of course, went with the most affordable. I bought one for 0.2, and by the time the run was over, I think within 24 or would have been less than 48 hours after the purchase, I was able to do almost a 2x. So thank you, Fame Lady Squad, for the coins.
Bro, how is that project doing? Because I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like people in the space sometimes virtual signal and be like, hey, buy the first ever lady squad thing here. I'm virtual signaling. Meanwhile, they're just trying to pump their bags to the moon.
Yep.
They could care less if it's a lady project, the first one. And I'm like, I'm just trying to sift and filter through. You either like the art or you're like fucking pumping your bags.
Listen, and I mean, people are always going to be out there doing stuff for their own personal gain, right? Like we see it every day. It's getting easier and easier to call out as we get more and more experienced in the space, I find. Fame Lady Squad, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, so please don't hold any of this against me. They claim to have an all-female dev team, which they very well could. There was also
I'm probably gonna get them on the interview, maybe see if that's popping.
I mean, I think they did something on Twitter Spaces, so I mean, they're probably not opposed to it, but
Cool.
from what I could observe, anyways, guys, they claim to be an all-female dev team, which I think was possibly a first for NFTs or generative NFT avatar projects, at least. So that was something that was going around Twitter. Is it virtue signaling? I mean, lots of people are virtue signaling on Twitter these days.
They virtue signal anything, honestly.
Anything. I
Yeah,
mean, there
for
was
sure.
even people on Twitter going on about the fact that one of the traits was called Asian, and they thought that that wasn't right. And I mean, we can get all up in arms about little details, or we can actually go and fucking do some analytics and make some money. And I'm going to be here to make some money instead of picking apart projects because of traits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm here because I want some bags full of some cash.
I didn't see anything wrong with the word Asian though. There was just like people were like, "Why? She's not Asian. Who knows if she's Asian? She might be Malaysian."
Well, I think that the reason that that particular comment was made, and I mean, this is just one random person on Twitter. This wasn't any movement or anything, but it was just something to do with the skin color traits. They were offended by it, or they thought it was something to virtue signal over. This is just one individual. It's not wasn't a big thing. But as far as the Fame Lady Squad goes, I think it's cool that they did an all-female project, an all-female avatar project, because as we know, a lot of the projects are more dominated by, you know, masculine traits and masculine figures and the like.
Or
When they're
rape
not, it
culture.
tends to be an animal of some sort. So
We're just collecting animals, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something kind of different, although it wasn't anything overly different.
What'd you take on that dead top?
I like it. I think it's a good project. I mean, obviously, when something gains awareness like Fame Ladies did, it's not from any one particular thing. I mean, they were definitely out there. But just like coolcats got revitalized when they dropped the price down to 02 and people start talking about it, this definitely got some legway because we're looking at a all-female team. I believe it's 3 of them. With one of them, I think named Cindy is the one that usually does like the social media and stuff like that. And then obviously one main artist, and then the other one's a dev. I don't have all the names in front of me, but I remember Cindy. Shout out to you, Cindy, and the Fame Ladies. But they put together a good project, and then you see that it was built around, obviously we're going to have people at different layers, people that just love it for the art itself, people that love it because it is you know, female representation. Then you see things like Gary V, who's obviously, he's been big in NFTs. I know a lot of people like not knocking Gary V, but like, oh, he's in it now, he did the V Friends. Like, Gary's been hyping up NFTs and collectibles for who knows how many years at this point. It's just the evolution of his progress. And he bought the #1 quote unquote rare's Fame Lady. And so you see a couple things just kind of staggered and build up the hype to the point where it reached the, we'll call it social consciousness, but we'll just say Twitter consciousness at this point, because once it kind of hits that, then it takes a life of its own and dominoes. And so now you see a lot of people, you know, who purchased it while we're able to mint it, people grabbing it in secondary, grabbing the ones they like, and like Walsh said, really diving in and just kind of seeing what they like about it and going from there. So I mean, it's nice to see, and obviously people will take advantage of situations to promote their own agendas, but that's with everything.
So you're telling me that we need gurus to now, like Ty and Gary V, to push projects forward? Is that where we're going now? Like, they need to validate by their purchases in order for something to sell out or something to have validity?
No, I mean, I was speaking specifically for the Fame Ladies, but I mean, do we need that? Obviously no, because I mean, if you look at Bored Apes or even you know, Guttercats and all that stuff, they didn't technically need that stuff. It was people that came in afterwards, or even coolcats. Like, nobody was buying coolcats because Mike Tyson bought it. He bought it after they sold out already. So it is validating, I guess, that people are jumping in. But a lot of these celebrities, whether you have a little bit or a lot of money, like if you find out of NFTs, if you like it, and you who's holding you back from buying it? And if you find something you like, you get it. And a lot of these people know they have followings, so it's they know what they're doing if they're purchasing something and then they're advertising it. So if there's stuff going on in the back end, you know, that's up for speculation, and a lot of times you could tell if there's red flags with certain influencers pushing certain things and shilling bags. But at the same time, like if you're in NFTs and you're researching it, it's like driving on the road. Once you know how to drive, you know how to read the signs, the lights, you know, signaling and all that stuff. Same thing with NFT space. The more you know, the more you're not really going to get taken advantage of just because somebody's talking about it.
That's awesome. Jeremy, you want to open up the book of what's new in your life or new in the NFT space? You can give us some alpha, because that's cool. We just talked about Fame Ladies. If you have any points in it, you can chime in. But
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't really want to harp on about fame ladies anymore. I saw it. I thought it was pretty lame, to be honest. And this is kind of what I guess I mean, like, when I ask questions like, is generative art dead? It's like everything I just heard was just like,
they were all right, they were cool, blah blah blah. But it's like, but there's nothing new here. There's nothing exciting here, other than like there's some people trying to virtue signal maybe, and like the art's okay. And it's just,
I
I don't know.
appreciate your opinion on that for
Best,
sure.
it's just like best of luck. Like it's great that some people might feel represented and that sort of thing, but to me, it's just like it's not pushing the space, it's not pushing the tech, and like, there's a lot more interesting things to focus on other than like a couple people being, I don't know, feeling good. I don't know.
For sure.
But
it's all about utility.
you know,
in
like
this
something
world.
way more interesting.
Yeah. For
I
real.
think that, though, to be fair, I think that there's, with this new influx of users, I do feel like there's probably an overrepresentation of male avatars in the space in comparison to what's out there for female avatars, right? So maybe this project was a good way to balance things out, because, you know, we've had all these avatar projects already in the past. So what's one more with, you know, a theme that's more inclusive for everyone? I have nothing against that. Is the project pushing any tech? No,
For sure.
It's not doing anything new.
I just
but-
don't know if an alien is a male or a female. I think it's hydrogenous. So shout out to I Am a Degen
Androgynous.
on that one, or all the whatever bunnies that y'all doing.
Yeah.
let
For
me
me,
get
it's
to
just
the
like
chat
it's just a
real quick.
different.
Stephen Y says, you calling us men apes and rats? Laugh out loud, JK. Gary plays very, very slow burn to hit the top. Has Elon Musk got into NFTs? Yes, he bought Grimes NFTs, his girls. I think we do need more females getting into this. For sure. They're getting into it. Shout out to Jennifer.
lot.
Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Top
A
Shot
lot of the
Wiki.
females though that you end up seeing, they're like, they're making it. They're not even like trying to be out there in the forefront. Honestly, a lot of the females that I know in the space are actual artists, and they're making their NFTs that way. And they're not making female NFTs; they're making NFTs, like whatever their art is. And then some of them are doing dev work, so they're developing, and they don't give a shit about like trying to put their name out there. They just know if they do a good job, like it'll keep pushing the space forward. So I think it is important for like.
Yo, Crypto Babe just dropped her Doge NFT generative art project. 10,000 of those. They're going for 0.06. I'm
the Slum
probably
Doge
gonna try to
Wars.
buy one if she buys my toy. I told her, if you buy my toy, I buy your toy. So we gotta, I'm gonna see if she buys it. But maybe she's on the show one day. But shout out to Crypto Babe. Do your thing. I know me and you were having the same struggle. I'm trying to sell out too, homie. Deadstock. Jeremy. So what are you gonna drop on us for some utility? Instead of all that mumbo jumbo at PFP stuff.
Utility, I guess, like, man, I guess this is a bit far in the future, but like to me, something that, well, a couple things that were a bit more exciting this week than, and like, final thing on like the lady thing, it's like it is cool, like if that's your thing, that's your thing, and like more power to you, that's why we have all these different flavors. Flavor is the spice of life.
For
Pick your
sure,
spices,
it's a
make your
Jolly
dish,
Rancher pack.
you know what I mean? Exactly. So I'm not trying to dish it or anything. It's just like, to me personally, it's a different skin to the slot machine is what it is to me, if that makes sense.
For sure.
But like something that like really exciting happened this week was Ember Sword not secured, but they had $30 million pledged in their recent land sale. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to receive $30 million. That means they have 6,000 plots for sale, and $30 million worth of interest was generated. Now, the fully diluted value of all that land is not $30 million, but like that shows like a huge rallying behind the Ember Sword community right now, and like a huge influx of like interest, because like and I was talking to Mark Lauren this week, and one of the really cool things that isn't being talked about maybe about this whole Ember Sword thing is like to submit a request to buy some of this community land is you had to like write out a reason why you deserved to get the land, because there was a huge demand. So like, why should you be gifted some land, and like what were you going to do with it? And Mark was telling me that like
the submissions that he received were just like the most incredible things ever, just like people really getting imaginative, people really rallying behind it, and like writing love letters to basically like Ember Sword. And he had all these love letters pouring in and all this support. And once again, like to me with this and Axie and what Alluvium's doing right now with like all the support they have coming in with their staking, it's just incredible, and once again, this is a glimpse of the yeah, it's a glimpse of the future. Like one other tiny thing, so like Ember Sword, that's great, but like if you had been like on the Alluvium train, right? Like I've probably made more money staking my Alluvium than I would have like flipping generative art projects. I had a friend send me pictures of a house that he's bought with his Illuvium staked assets so far.
Damn,
You know what I
he must
mean?
have been a whale because I got that 5
He was-
free airdrops.
he was a whale.
He did it off the 5 free tokens.
No, he was a whale. But still, you know what I mean? Like, so to me, like it's that stuff's like super super exciting. Seeing like what Ember Sword's doing, seeing what's like coming down the pipeline. I guess yeah, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Anyways,
The cool thing about Ember Swords, I'll give you some information. Solarwood is like it's the nice safe spot, you know, the nice safe zone. I am the tribe of Edesu, which is in the snow, and that's where all the good resources are that you mine. So eventually, when that Edesu land sale happens, you already know I gotta go in there. It's in the outskirts where the pirates live. Shout out to also Influence for dropping your trailer on your gameplay. Real utility. Shout out to you, Ether Way. Saw that trailer.
Sick.
Fire trailer.
Sick, man.
I don't know if you boys below me
That
saw
was
it,
so
but
sick.
man.
Like, and that's another perfect. Well, didn't like Deadheads also like put out that video this week as well? I think they put it out on like Friday, like right after we got done chatting. Like that was sick as well. Like ton of cool stuff coming out this week. I
What
think
did
it just
Deadheads
kind of,
do? I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot this.
They
Walsh, you
made a
wanna tell me?
really well-made hype video
Really?
right before release. Yeah, they right before they did the reveal. Actually, they had like a really well-made 3D animated video of their figures basically rising up from graves, and I think Pranksy was incorporated somehow, pulling a lever, and that's what
Yeah.
caused all the deadheads to rise up from the graves. I think we talked about this last time we spoke. Actually,
We did.
yeah.
Damn, I
Yeah.
must have been clueless.
yeah, same.
Well, I think you were out last week, Jeremy.
No, that was the week before.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to the homie Danny Ukes. He ended up getting his own. He ended up literally flipping himself into a CryptoPunk. He's probably going to be on the show next week with us, talking about it. It's a dream, you know what I mean? I honestly, I think Deadstock, you know how to do that stuff. Maybe you can kind of chime in how to flip into a CryptoPunk. Is that the goal? Is it not the goal? Is that your goal? Should that be my goal? Because that could be a house one day, you know, going for.
I mean, in short, I mean, it's definitely, it could be someone's goal. Is it my goal? It's not like an immediate goal. Honestly, I'd rather take that money and flip it into more money and then go buy a CryptoPunk then. But I know, yeah, definitely big shout out to Danny. It's been basically a big dream of his to flip into it. On the counter side, and it'll be interesting talking to him about it. You know, if he's definitely going to be on the show next week or whatever. But you know, he definitely got in, hit home runs with. I think we all hit home runs with Top Shot and probably didn't sell enough. And, you know, not to rehash that, but for him, he definitely hit a home run on Ghosts. And it's interesting looking back at how much his Ghost collection would have been worth if he hadn't given away so much of it. You know, if somebody told you, would you rather be a millionaire or a CryptoPunk owner? I'd probably say, let me be a millionaire because I can afford a CryptoPunk and still have a lot of money to the side. So I think it kind of shows, just playing, not even devil's advocate, just looking at both sides. I think it's fantastic that he's been able to succeed. He definitely commits a lot of time to the space. He has a lot of passion for the space, and he definitely keeps his, you know, nose to the grindstone and you know, catching new projects and stuff like that. But then also, you know, if he could have done anything differently, what would he have done differently? Would it have been do as many giveaways? Would it have been, you know, sell certain things at certain times, and go from there to see what he could learn even from his own actions. And so that way he can even do better moving forward. But I think it goes back to like what we were talking about last week, which we all have our own plan of action, our own way that we see things and the way that we want to execute. And so I'm extremely happy for Danny as a fellow Daniel, even though we both joke that he definitely prefers Danny and I don't as a name, and I prefer Daniel, but we meet in the middle at Dan. So big shout out to all those Dans out there. And yeah, big shout out to Danny for getting his CryptoPunk. I love it. I think it was a perfect fit, the one that he chose. And you know, obviously when he's back on, you can pick his brain and kind of go from there to see.
I seen Walshy. I seen you hunting for your own, man. He had that purple hair, flame hair, and is that the one you're really gonna choose? Hopefully, no one snipes it.
Well, I can talk about that one I showed you. I think that's a whole nother topic, and I'm kind of embarrassed to even talk about that one. But let's
What's
rewind a little bit.
about owning a crazy-looking CryptoPunk?
Well, we'll get to that. Let's rewind a little bit. So, do I think owning a CryptoPunk is the end goal? Obviously, everybody has their own end goal, right? Everybody should have their own personal goals, and if you're letting anybody else set yours for you, you're not going to make it. That's my opinion. You might still make it, but My end goal is eventually to have a CryptoPunk, but it's not the end goal.
What
It's
about a
just,
CryptoPunk? Just do like 10 of those and be
Already
happy.
done. Accomplished. Check it off.
Just be happy with that, bro. Just let it flip it upside down.
He already did it.
that's where I was going to get to. This this new topic that we're bringing up here about punks. So is my end goal to have a punk? Yes, it's always been since I got here in January into Top Shot. They were about $1,500 at the time. Now, obviously, they're closer to 36,000, 35,000 ish. I think they're close to like 18 ETH at the present moment. I'd love to have one, but at the same time, you have to take into consideration if you're taking yourself out of the game to buy your forever avatar and you're leaving yourself with 3 ETH to play with, you're not
Better
gonna
know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're starting back from scratch, or you're going to sell what you just worked for the last.
Is that
however
kind of
many
like
years.
Ready Player One when you lose all your shit and you pull the plug and you just disappear? Is that the same thing?
I mean, it could probably be akin to that, except you're not losing everything. You're gaining a punk and you're losing all your coins, right? So,
You're trading. You're swapping it. Yeah, that's all
swapping,
you're
Okay,
doing.
right?
sorry.
And I mean, you have to ask yourself, what can I do with 18 ETH versus what can I do with a CryptoPunk? You can play around with that 18 ETH and earn yourself a fortune, and Freedom 35 can become an actual real thing for you. Or you can dive into your CryptoPunk and take yourself out of the game for the next little while, though you do have an increasing asset. I think that they will eventually continue to rise over time. These CryptoPunks aren't going anywhere. So to answer your question, yes, it's part of my end goal, but it's not my end all be all goal.
For sure. Guess who's in the chat, y'all? Give it up for Mavi, the hen legend herself. All right, go collect her artwork on Hen. She's studying for her exam. I gotta get some pieces, Mav. Okay. I just got a Hen wallet.
Shout out to Mav as well. I just had a chat with her the other day. I just had a chat with Mav the other day. I just commissioned her to start working on a portrait for me. So super excited to see what she does with that.
Let's go, dude. Her
Love it.
shadowing's fire.
Yeah, super excited.
And if you don't know who
no, dude,
Mavi is, go back
can't
like 5
wait to see what
videos
she
and then
does.
just rewatch the shit, and then you can understand. Mavi's cool, man. Cool. And she always just active in the dojo. That's the cool thing about being a dojo. We're rising, and there's only good, positive vibes. What is the portrait? Is that the portrait of your Delphi digital image? Your new headshot?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know. No. Well, I sent her a bunch of photos, and I just told her to go crazy. I sent her my Instagram, sent her a bunch of photos, and I was like, do what you got to do. I love your style. I love your past work, and it'd be awesome to support you, and B, I dig what you do and would love to represent that, and I mean, of all this cool stuff I've seen, right, I remember I tuned into your stream and I saw the art and I was like, dude, that speaks to me, you know what I mean?
Capiche. Yo, did you guys see that Nade Shot changed his Twitter profile to a CryptoPunk?
Who's that, Young?
He's a
Shot.
Call of Duty legend. Who is Nade Shot? Dead Shot?
Oh, well, he's
100
part
Thieves.
of the 100 Thieves, and basically video game streaming and stuff like that. He's been playing that for a minute. Obviously, part of the 100 Thieves clan. You got a bunch of people that are playing Fortnite and other games too. But he's done very well for himself with the YouTube videos. He has his own show, good dude. Been in video games for a minute. And
Would you say he changed the esports scene, or was that more that whole crew that he came up with? What's the redhead kid name? God damn.
Is that FaZe Banks in that crowd?
No, that's FaZe Clan, which would be another gaming clan that but
Scumpy.
basically they all do the same stuff. Yeah, exactly. So 100 Thieves is one clan, and then FaZe is another clan, and
I think that's big for the space. I think it opens up a floodgates for those gamers that are playing Fortnite, that are playing all these Call of Duty games. They're looking at Nate Shot's Twitter and it's like, oh, he's a CryptoPunk. It's just gonna, yeah.
They and it goes to show you also that these guys haven't been doing this stuff, it didn't happen overnight. They have been grinding and streaming and playing these video games, being part of the competitions and doing a lot of this stuff, and obviously cultivated their following to the point where they were able to have houses. Like FaZe Clan had their own house and all this stuff. Same thing with 100 Thieves. I'm pretty sure it was him and a few of them that ended up going into a house and putting together the podcast and shows and all this stuff, and from the business aspect. So they've done really well for themselves, and it's been like over a decade in the making for them. So definitely a big shout out for the crypto space.
That's righteous. Walsh, you have any other things that drop? Can you check Crypto Slam for me, my brother, and see what is popping, what people should be on your radar, maybe, maybe a little snipe action here, because we are the NFT snipers, and this is NFT Sniper Chill 22.
So I forgot to mention about Funks as we were talking about the CryptoPunks.
Yeah.
Funks is a project that got into some hot water with Larva Labs because essentially what they did is they released a CryptoPunk knockoff project with 10,000 identical CryptoPunks just facing the other way. They're just mirrored. So the argument is it a derivative work that should be allowed, or is it a blatant copy and should it be considered plagiarism because there isn't even an artistic spin put on the artworks to differentiate them in any way? Anyways, because of this controversy and because of them getting removed from OpenSea, they ended up kind of stirring the pot a little bit, and it started causing sales to kind of pick up. And I hate to admit that I bought one, but I did, and I made a profit. So I bought another one, and that's when they were removed from OpenSea. I then found out I could view them on Cargo, and they're still doing quite well.
Bro, you talking about a rebel army of the Jedi and Sith popping off right now? Holy shit.
Well, there's this whole argument going on whether or not it's if it's a censorship issue or if it's a plagiarism issue. Like, should these people be getting censored, or should they be getting are they getting what they deserve because of plagiarism, essentially? And I tend to believe that, personally, I think it's on the side of plagiarism. I think that it shouldn't be allowed, even though I'm profiting from the project. I don't agree with it. And
I got a question for you, Walsh.
Yeah.
So give us your thoughts on because I was going to talk about it, but I'd rather you talk about it. Give us your thoughts on 4156 and his trade, and he gave away a CryptoPunk for his matching 4156. Now he didn't give away his 40.
That is so bold.
No, but he ended up changing it up at the very end, Dead Stock. I thought that's what was going to happen too. He ended up selecting a photograph at the end of the day. He didn't pick the collection of funks, did he? I think he ended up just with like is it Kanye?
Is that what it was? I thought he traded the funk that the guy had, which was his mirrored version.
I thought so too.
Is this a whale just making a statement and trying to?
I'll run it back. I'll run it back and I'll explain what happened. So 4156.
Yes.
He's the ape with the blue bandana. He's one of the only CryptoPunks I know by image and by number. I tweeted that today. So he basically offered the person who gave him the best offer of a funk collection within, I think it was 24 hours, was going to be awarded one of his real CryptoPunks. So people were approaching him with all these different funk collections, single funks, collections of funks. And it ended up that he was about to accept an offer on a funk that was a mirrored image of a CryptoPunk that is lost. I don't know if it's in a lost wallet, if it was burnt or what happened, but this guy ended up making this big thread fighting his case as to why his funk was the perfect one to be the recipient of the real CryptoPunk. And 4156 was actually considering it, and it seemed as though he had made his mind up and was going to be giving this guy a punk. But if I'm not mistaken, what ended up happening is he selected a photograph, and I'm looking this up right now.
Yo, thank you for that news. That's like huge. What do you say,
check the link I just sent you, Walshy.
You got it in there?
The FBI team is working. What are you drawing over there, Jeremy?
I'm taking some notes, man. I'm like deep in a rabbit hole of thought. But you guys keep riffing.
I love how Walshy just said 4156 like we're some clones in like a dystopia fucking universe. Just saying. Holy shit.
His Twitter is literally punk 4156, and that's how everybody knows him.
Just barcode my neck now.
So it looks like he did accept the funk of himself.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, basically somebody was given a CryptoPunk by Punk 4156 for a knockoff clone of his own.
Is that a middle finger to Larva Labs? Is that going to create an avalanche effect here, or
and 4156 gave this exact tweet, and this was probably his reasoning, although I don't want to speak too much on his behalf. You know that poem that says, I think it was made around the Holocaust time, actually. When they came for the Jews, nobody said anything, and then when they came for me, there was nobody left to speak up for me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He quoted a part of that poem, but he mixed the words around a bit and said, "When they came for the funks, I said nothing. So when they came for me, ... something along those lines." The idea, I think, is that if we start censoring things now, where are we going to be in 5 years' time with censorship? And with decentralization, should this even be a thing?
But
That's
it's plagiarism. I wouldn't want someone to take my NFT toy and flip it and be like making all the profits. It's like, at least take the head off. At least put like a tattoo on the face or something.
This is blockchain technology, and we should all know how to verify the authenticity of high value items. And if we don't, we should take a fucking hike and go learn how to do it before we come back. And that's my opinion.
Say that.
I love that.
Yeah. Because I mean, if we don't know how to validate anything that we're buying, like eventually you're going to get.
We don't know how to validate. That's the problem.
I do.
I mean, contracts.
I mean, we can show you, Young. If you don't know how to do it, we can teach you.
I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I'm just saying for all the viewers, I'm relating to those new guys that are coming in. The new guys, new girls.
We can do a stream sometime and actually physically.
We've been talking about this for weeks, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I can flip my screen anytime and show you guys how to do it. I'm just kind of a little apprehensive to do it without knowing if I'm going to be doxing myself at all.
Optical art.com is in the building, guys. There's a celebrity in the building. All right, he's in the chat. Optical art. What up, homie?
What up, player?
My man, chart legend. Like Crypto Face came in here last time. The homie Optical Art. Yo, you're the man. Let's get a beer. I know you live in my city. Bitcoin to 10K, hopefully. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming in, homie. You're the best. This is Nftsniper and Chill 22. We just talk about NFTs, the landscape, the culture, and we just give good alpha. So thanks for being in here. So yeah, Funk's doing its thing. Do you agree with that, Jeremy? That's blatant plagiarism, and or should we be making a statement for censorship here in the cultural historical aspect?
I mean, I didn't catch the whole Funks thing. Sorry, I was thinking about what's your end goal, but as far as like what plagiarism is, I mean, there's ways to fix that on the blockchain without having to censor and do that sort of thing. And I know that because I've seen a ton of projects working on this exact same thing. Well, like there's like, I mean, you just make NFTs more robust. You make the smart contracts smarter. You like take the floppy disk and make it into like
a hard drive. You know what I mean? Like we're at the floppy disk stage right now. We're like we're at the AOL days, you know? And so we have to build out the tech a little bit better. Like I don't know how many people know that most things are tied to IPFS, and if the JPEG that's stored to some centralized server disappears, then your NFT disappears. Like NFTs aren't necessarily forever. And so like is censorship like the answer? No, it's the stupid low-hanging fruit answer. The smart answer is get a good team of devs to make NFT minting process way more robust, at least to me.
Now, on the same note, though, I do
want to say, Walsh. Mike Willis says, got a jet, but good conversation, guys. Important topics to really discuss. Much love, Willis. Later.
Peace, Willis.
Yo.
On that same topic, like, when you buy an NFT and you're paying a lot of money for it, especially on the secondary market, and it comes with commercial rights, I mean, that does still have to stand for something too, right? Or else why are we offering it? If we're offering commercial rights and we're going to, as a team, allow a project to plagiarize, I mean, then it's a valid argument on both sides. And I really am kind of leaning to more on the side of, you know, the value of commercial rights in the NFT space. But at the same time, it's all verifiable. So like, I'm always going back and forth in my head with this debate.
Yeah. It's coming. I mean, like, we're going to figure this thing out. And this, yeah, we're going to figure it out. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Wash. That's the short of it.
There was a project that also dropped yesterday. It was about to sell out. It was called Zodiac of the Galaxy or something like that. And the homie Chadimus inside Nftsniper's Discord, he said the funniest thing, and you know, this is comedy too. He was like, dude, this project is teaching me so much about astrology. I'm like, bro, you got 10 of these motherfuckers. I think that's the cool thing about Zodiac. It kind of could teach you about some things, you know, especially in the learning modality. I honestly think the Zodiacs are cool. I didn't mint one, but I think whoever can capture like the learning game aspect for that culture, for that young culture in NFTs, is gonna completely floor the landscape. And did you guys
On
mint
that
any
topic,
Zodiacs? I mean, they look good. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we finally have some original art in the space." I'm like, there's original art. It's not just
the
Zodiacs.
name of the project is Divine Order of the Zodiac, I believe is what you're referring to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely
I never
butchered that name.
got involved in that project, so I don't really know much about it. I'm looking at it right now, and it reminds me a lot of like a tarot card, what you'd see for art on a tarot card. I don't know. I
Hasn't it
never got
Sounds
hasn't it
pretty
been
cool.
out for a week? Hasn't it been out for about a week though? Didn't they drop like last week?
Yeah, but they didn't have a reveal. I guess they did that whole like
Yeah,
mystery
like yesterday was
box.
a reveal, right? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, they dropped last week and then they did the reveal. Yeah, so fun times.
Now,
It looked like an interesting project. Walshy, you did some research on it.
I was just looking at it as we were discussing it to try to pull the name and see if it was something I recognized, but it wasn't.
I know yesterday I was able to mint some Bruno bananas, and shout out to the Nftsnipers for putting me on that thing. It's just like this monkey teddy bear, kind of like NFT Theo, and it's really cool. It's called Bruno Banana. I think you can still mint them. It's really cheap. I think 0.02 or something like that. Same thing as my toy. But
Can I do a quick little plug here for
Yeah.
a project I've always been fond of, my first avatar. Again, I'm not affiliated with the Avastars team aside from the fact that I moderate, right? So I don't have anything to do with the dev side of things. But there's been an exciting announcement on in the Avastars world, and that's that they're commencing what is called Project Terminus. And Project Terminus essentially is going to consist of the team buying some of the remaining Avastars at a slow drip, essentially until they sell out. So the community is still welcome to come in and mint Avastars just as per usual. It's just the team is going to be contributing to minting some of those Avastars as well until they sell out, and then those are going to be used for something special. We're not quite sure what for yet, so we're waiting to see what that's going to be used, what they're going to be used for. But it's just kind of exciting knowing that Series 5 is coming to a close. The project is going to be, there's going to be no more minting. That part's going to be shut down for business, and we're going to be moving on to the replicant phase of things. So I know a lot of the people that have been here for a while, they know Avastars, and even the new folks, they know who Pranksy is and they know who Whale Shark are. Of course, those are two iconic Avastars, and yeah, it's definitely something worth checking out, knowing now that Series 5 is going to be coming to a close within the next 2 weeks. So just something
and
to
also
think about.
congratulations to you, bro, for like, I don't know, didn't you get a job there or something like that?
So I was contracted to do some moderating. So yeah, to some capacity, it's
you're the man. You deserve to be in that team. You definitely how many people I've seen you help learn Avastar's UI and just getting involved in the whole marketing and flipping, whatever. That shit was
I appreciate
inspiring.
it,
You've been
bro.
doing that shit for a long time. So shout out to you.
Yeah, super proud of you. Super proud
Yo,
of you.
big shout out to since we're talking, I think we should throw a big shout out to Maddie, DCL blogger, Metakey, our boy. We found out that he bringing a new life into this world. So big
Ooh.
shout out to the family, new family.
I think he
edition.
already minted that new life. Yeah.
He minted the new life, and it's a wonderful one-of-one creation. So the big shout out to Maddie, and holding Metakey. It's nice, and I see all the stuff that they're coming out with, and I love it. But it's always nice to see, like in the IRL in the real world, seeing the families growing and growing strong. So big shout out, Maddie.
Maddie, I want to tell you something. This is not facetious at all. I'm gonna create a show called Gurus Gone Wild, and I want you, Gary V, Ty Lopez, Dan Verno, and me just to all go crazy, make some comedy. You're the man. There was a funny comment by Mavi, says, I'm looking at the Zodiac stuff. I actually kind of dig the art, not gonna lie. Astrology hella dumb in my opinion though. Laughing my ass off.
I love Mavi because she will tell you like it is how she's feeling. So yeah, art not
That
bad.
shit is funny, bro.
I like that.
But that shit is some bullshit.
That's some bullshit. Astrology. That's funny.
The art-
Nick Service, what up, dude? I see you all over Twitter. Welcome to the chat, homie. I hope you're doing well. Hope your collection is awesome, and we're all gonna make it. Marty McFly said, "Let's effing replicate." What? What are we replicating?
Avastars.
Avastars, brother.
Are we just
Yeah.
gonna flip them too and create a rebel army?
Avastars, I'm not too sure what my
I don't think you could flip them because they're straight on, right?
flip them. I mean, I think they are symmetrical for the most part, so it'd be kind of tough. In most cases, they are symmetrical. But I don't have any plans of like selling any of my Avastars anytime soon. I have my collection set up in a certain way for, you know what I mean, for
Chat is
replicants.
funny.
I have plans.
Chat is undefeated. Can you talk to us about Axie, guys? I know Jeremy. Is there anything you can leak for us on the data of Axie? I know last time you talked to Axie, you know, on Tuesday I was talking about God's token, and hopefully I can have Aramis and Clay on the show next week. But using that token for gaming and wagers. But Axie is just getting all the buzz. You know what I mean? I don't like Axie, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, so first of all, I think my internet's been a bit crappy, guys. So sorry if I'm a little bit laggy.
No, you're okay. It's not. I've seen worse. It's not bad.
Fair enough. So yeah, Axie, exciting Axie stuff. I've been working on an exciting report. I'm hoping to drop in the next, hopefully 24 or 48 hours or something like that. And it's just exploring the stuff coming down the road. You know, Axie's lands. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening there, underappreciated at the moment, and you know, it's just looking to where the puck is going. Axie right now is blown up. People are breeding, you know, and it's a glimpse into the future. And what does Axie's future look like? Well, right now the present of Axie's it's half a game. The other half of the game lies in the land. So if we're here with Axie, where's it going? It's going toward the land. It's going toward the item. So if you want to be ahead of the puck, look at where it's going. It's going toward the land. It's going toward the items. So hopefully, you know, in the next 24 or 48 hours, we'll be able to elaborate
A little bit more on that and what to look for, how to value these
What was
things.
that other game
and
you were mentioning earlier, Aurori? That thing looks amazing. I think the colors, the landscape, it's a very, I don't know, are they incorporating NFTs? When is that drop? Is it already dropped?
Yeah, or it's a hard one to say actually. Aurori, Aurori, we'll call it. Yeah, so they are, the cool thing that Aurori is doing that's totally novel and unique is, and I love this about the project because the utility and what you could do with this is really, really interesting. So they're creating an on-ramp into crypto through their game. So their game will be set up in a way to where as you go through the single player campaign, it'll teach you how to create a wallet, it'll teach you how to stake, it'll teach you about DeFi, it'll teach you about NFTs. And so by the time you reach like a 2 or 3 hour single player campaign, you'll have been onboarded into crypto in a gamified, seamless way. And then you'll have the assets to move into the multiplayer, into the PvP after you've completed this sort of on-ramp. Now, if you're already crypto native, you could just go to the secondary market and buy the assets and jump right on in. But to me, that's a really, really intelligent way to present yourself. And like, we need good on-ramps to get the next billion people into crypto. And my thesis is like, crypto gaming is the Trojan horse for crypto. It's going to onboard the next billion people into crypto. So we need to do that in innovative and creative ways. Now, when you integrate something like Aurori into something like YGG, Yield Guild Games, let's say you have a bunch of Filipinos wanting to learn about crypto, throw them into Aurori, you know, play this 2 hour campaign, you'll learn all the ins and outs of crypto and NFTs,
You get early
and then
access
you're good
to
to
early
go.
items and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're doing really, really cool stuff. But they're super early days, and I can't imagine they'll have a game out, you know, until this next
Is
wave
there a pre-sale
of...
I could buy into and ape into? No.
No, not right now. Not at the moment. Nothing to look forward to as far as that goes. But like, just once again, like when you think in the future, like next summer is going to be like crypto gaming summer because all these games will be coming out and we're going to be in such an exciting space and time. And like, and once again, like, this is why I'm bored of generative art projects and why I don't buy them, because like, to me, it's just, and no offense to anybody, like generative art is
Speak your
cool.
heart,
It's
man.
just not
Speak
my...
your truth, king.
It's just like, it's like, no offense to anybody. It's just like, for me, when you look into the future, it's like, that's my end goal. You know what I mean? That's my thesis. Like when I look into the future, that's where I see things going.
Hey guys, I heard
know?
that Mr. Beast bought a whole bunch of Star Atlas posters. That's actual news that's been confirmed. Mr. Beast has bought a bunch of Star Atlas posters, right? The dude obviously is an EVA Online guy or some type of space head, but that's cool as fuck. All those young kids, just attach them to a word. What you think about that, Deadstock?
You love it. I mean, you see a lot of people, influencers, and people outside of the space, or people that
It's
are
ramping up
involved in
faster
crypto.
than we thought, right? Or is this the natural speed of how it should have been?
I don't think it's ramping up
I think it's
fast. I think
natural speed.
it's just inevitable that if people aren't in it yet, they're going to get into it, and that includes the people that have a lot of money. And Mr. Beast is one of those people that's done well for himself on YouTube, building a good following. Seems to be a really good dude. A lot of his stuff is basically giveaways, which obviously there's a whole bunch of financial ways you can take advantage of that and give away stuff and write it off for taxes. But in the end, he puts out good content, has money, has a great following, and he definitely enjoys space and all that stuff. So hearing about him buying up that stuff is just like the continuation of what's been going on. And we're only going to have more celebrities and influencers and the like jumping in and realizing like, oh, there's only 10,000 of this. And that's where some of the generative stuff ends up coming from. I mean, just like a vehicle, a car can be a status symbol, or it can be a something that gets you from A to B. That's or A to Z, whatever you want to say. That's what some of these NFT projects are. Some of these are vehicles for getting people the ability to flip their ETH and turn it into more ETH. Some of it is a status symbol where it's like, you know, if you have a punk or if you have an ape or whatever you want to have, that NFT, it's representative of the fact that you either got in early or you can afford to get it at its current prices and stuff like that. So all of this stuff, while we, you know, we may not like everything, which would kind of be weird if you liked every single thing. It all has its place, and it onboards people, and it makes people money, and it's a way of showing off like a Gucci belt or whatever you want to do. So
I think the most important question I must ask you though is, are you gonna be putting your Bored Apes on your Ferrari, like vinyl wrapping?
Yeah, sure, of course. It'll be right where the Ferrari the horse is, so it'll be right there as the logo. Or honestly, when I get my Rolls Royce, when it pops up, you're gonna see my ape, you know, looking at you, looking all over you.
I'm low-key suspicious now of Walshy because right now he's looking at a computer screen, so I know he's probably buying a NFT, and he's not telling us. And all of a sudden, the NFT is going to be 10x in like the next hour.
Yeah,
what are you buying,
you piece
bro?
of shit, Walshy.
What are you doing,
dirty
dude?
dog.
Why do you want to talk to? Why do you want to tell us what you're
the
buying?
hell's wrong with you?
He's building Walsh
Fuck,
lessons. That's what he's going to come out with, Walsh videos that teach us how to do blockchain analysis.
Building Walshland.
Walshland.
I like Walshland. I think that's a marsh. Yo, I should have never talked about the zodiac signs because the chat is undefeated right now. It's going fucking mad with like, my sign is this. You guys are fucking nuts.
When's the dojo going to get built in Sandbox, Young?
Yo, the Reaper's in the building. Shout out to Reaper. Walsh is a fire investor. Reaper, what up, homie?
Thanks, Reaper. But by fire, I think he was trying to allude to the fact that most of my money goes up in flames.
Boom. That was sad.
Did any of you guys get a Top Shot pack at all? Because I'm now like 0. I'm like 0 for like 30 now. At this point,
I got a pack.
You got a rare?
Yeah, I was in 2 of the queues. So did we talk about the 3 queues?
I fucking missed the second one. Damn.
So basically, what happened, guys, is Top Shot implemented a 3 queue system. So you could have, there was 3 different collector scores. So obviously lowest to highest. Depending on your score, you could be entered in anywhere from from 0 to 3 queues. I was entered in 2 queues because I didn't have a 10K plus score. I think I was at like 8,300. So I got 1,800 in line. My first queue, I got a pack. I forget everything that was in it because nothing was that significant. I know I broke even already, so.
Yo, someone said, late comment, good balanced coverage of funks. A dude traded a 0.01 funk for 30K punk. That's history. Huge deal.
And before that even happened, there was funks being sold for 4 ETH. The zombies and the aliens were getting sold for ridiculous amounts of money. So like it didn't make any sense. It made no sense to me. But when there's money, I don't ask questions.
For sure. When there's money, I don't ask questions. That means this man could get bribed by the mafia tomorrow.
You should see what I'll do for an ETH.
And he'll, yeah, yeah, hey, it's gonna be a whole lot of Boston pizza in the back of there.
For real, bro. The pool yard, man.
What
Damn.
about these collabs that they're asking us about? Did you guys see today the Cool Cats and Ghosts are going to be doing a collab? And I know that in the chat earlier, they were talking about Deadheads and the Bulls on the Block and Fame Ladies might be doing a collab and stuff like that. So
well, the Deadheads, the Bulls on the Block already did the collab with the Alluvium, with their holographic piece. So that was crazy.
Now it's supposed to be a Fame Lady squad was announced today, a collab with the Bulls on the Block and Fame Lady, and then also announced earlier was the Cool Cats and Ghosts going to be doing a collab. So
meanwhile, sewer rats are just kidnapping things and stuff like that.
I think the Cool Cat and Ghost collab is probably one of the more notable collabs that are happening right now. I forget his name. I always want to call him Pain Gang, but does anyone know his real name?
Hell
or his
no.
moniker?
How would I know that, Walsh?
Well, it's anyways, the creator of Ghosts, he had an auction this week for some sort of a collectible. It sold for over $100,000 if you're talking in American dollars. I believe it was close to 60 ETH. So congratulations to the creator of Ghosts, whatever your name is.
Yo, Reaper, why are you sitting at the Charlotte airport right now? You didn't call me, bro. You didn't want to. You don't want to get a beer before you fucking. Yo, I just got a restream. Congratulations! It says you received 100 messages today on restream chat. 100 messages. That's a fucking breakthrough. Holy shit!
Nice. Well done.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be 1,000 messages, bro. You guys just fucking killed the game. Gong Yang, Safey, you're the ultimate troll, but you're also a really good investor. I hate you. I love you, Safey.
So I was just looking at a Gong Yang piece that I was looking at last week it was 0.45 ETH. I passed it up. The Zodiacs, the latest release of Zodiacs. Then I was looking at them when they were about 0.7, and I was just shy on having enough ETH, but I was considering it. And I passed it up altogether, and I'm looking at a piece right now, and the floor is 6.5 ETH, $12,600 US. Follow your gut.
Ouch.
Go find that point ETH next time.
Well, your intuition, guys, like once
let me just look under the couch, bro, for that point.
Me and Deadstock talk about this all the time. Like intuition is kind of an important thing in this game. Once you kind of know and get the feel for what a successful project, what elements are involved in a successful project, your intuition oftentimes is going to be the moneymaker.
So let me ask you something. What is your intuition telling you about these pills that are dropping? I mean, I think that is that the hype? I know the homie Danny kind of hinted at it.
The BYO
pills, yeah.
I don't know enough about those to give an honest review right now, to be honest. I know that they have...
What's your intuition tell you about that?
Well, that's what I was saying. Your intuition can only guide you in the right direction after you've honed it by, doing research and getting the feel for things based on other successful projects you've been a part of. So until I actually dive into that project, and my intuition's not always right, it's just, once you hone it, it's definitely a valuable asset.
Yo, the chat is comedy. Someone said, get yourself a Marge at the Chili's in Charlotte Airport. What the fuck? A Marge at the Chili's?
Yeah, you have to. It's almost like a rite of passage if you're going to be at the Charlotte Airport.
Margarita? Okay, Marg. I thought you said Marge, like a 50-year-old like cougar or something.
Like Simpson.
I mean,
that's what I thought as well. Yeah.
Well,
that's what I thought. See, that's why I'm tainted. I'm not.
Ain't nobody mad at you wanted some cougar action.
Oh shit! Pause. Okay. The last topic on this stream is Chicken Derby. So your boy is going in on Chicken Derby. I've been waiting for Chicken Derby. I know you guys told me to buy a cool cat before I bought a chicken, but my time is finally here. Speaking of notable mentions, on the 31st, at the end of the month, Parallel drops their packs. You don't want to miss it, but those are my two biggest events. Are you guys going chickens? All 8? Cuckoo? Are you guys going cuckoo over chickens or what?
Let's flip it back on you though. What's going like big? What's big on Chicken Derby for you? Like
why are you bullish on
chicken?
I just think it's gonna be the new Zed run. I think I want a Genesis chicken, and I want to be able to hold these chickens for the longevity. Give it the same Zed style. Yes, it's not the same as Zed style, but it has that game thing where kids could get involved. I just want to own Genesis chickens, guys. It's simple. I want to breed. I want to actually get into the breeding game. I never did it, and it's my time.
I mean, they have a pretty big Twitter following if I'm looking at the right chicken derby. They have over 6,000 followers. I have no idea what their contract looks like. We can dive into that another day, but
that's Ben. I think Benjamin is a part of that project that runs Top Shot Cave and all that.
Yeah, I had no plans on getting into chicken derby just because I have my sights on other things right now. Like I just got a fuck render piece, so I have a fuck crystal in the bag.
Ooh, nice.
Which
In the bag.
I've been talking about it for like 3 weeks now at
You
least.
have,
So
yeah.
I finally put my money where my mouth is and bought one.
Lubed it on up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. Fuck Render had a release this week, which is something maybe we can just point out really quick. I don't know the number of editions that he released, but it was $1,000 a pack on Nifty Gateway. And in the pack, you could get one of 4 different rarity tiers. And the pack sold out in half a second. All of them at $1,000 a piece. So I'm very bullish on this Fuck Render piece.
How many packs were there?
There was, I want to say
69.
there was maybe 1,000 young. I don't know what the exact number was, but it sold out.
Who's Fuck Render is? He's just a notable artist. He's one of he's like a Beeple in your eyes, the poor man's Beeple. What is he?
I don't know who I'd compare him to. I mean, I can show you some of his work. He's definitely an OG NFT artist. He's got a lot of pieces on Super Rare that have sold for just astronomical amounts of money. I can bring him up actually and let you know what his work's selling for.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, while you look it up, I'll cover some of the stats with him. I mean, he definitely has a good following. I mean, he has almost 40,000 followers on Twitter, if I remember correctly. I mean, he definitely, he was in on Axes early. He definitely has a Bored Ape. He has a Punk, CryptoPunk. And I mean, he's just he's very consistent with his community. And the people that love his work definitely love his work. Like, they're very loyal people.
Yo, Mavi, don't roast me like that, okay? Jeez Louise.
Yeah, don't roast him.
Gonna be a farmer now, breeding chickens and shit.
Don't roast him, Mavi. Keep going, Mavi. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, man, chickens, man. My chickens aren't gonna be GMO. They're gonna be well taken care of. If they have an Avagachi mechanism, I will pet them. It's gonna be fine. All right, trust it.
So he's
You know
gonna
what I'm
be.
super excited for?
What's up?
YGG token sale on the 27th of this month. That to me is way more exciting. No offense, no offense to the chickens and that sort of thing, but that to me is like the biggest thing on my radar in like the foreseeable future. Just so you know.
Are they going straight on Uniswap?
No.
They're gonna release the
put me on the
contract
spot.
at a certain
I don't
time,
remember.
and people are
I don't
gonna
remember.
just fucking rally to the Uniswap contract. I think that's how it's gonna be.
Oh, just old school
something
drop.
like that. But like,
and those get messy as hell.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna say probably not because like we at Delphi help them design their token design and all that sort of thing, and we're advisors.
Are they
so
airdropping?
I don't think we would.
Maybe if you own an Axie.
No. Well, YGG like they're not associated with Axie in that way, so I don't think so. I would say, yeah, I'm not sure what their drop mechanism is, or even if they've like announced it yet to be 100% transparent. But as far as like putting your money somewhere really really nice and like more
Take
long
it easy,
term, like
Reed.
what's your end goal?
Have
Like,
a
to
safe
me-
flight. Love you, bro. Sorry. Reed's
it
on
easy,
the
man.
plane. Get on the plane. Sorry.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed your Marge. But
Gee. Sheesh.
but yeah, no, like as far as like long term holds, as far as like getting
Behind a project like YGG is one of those ones that like is an OG already, you know. And we don't have time to go into that, but I've spoken on it in the past, so that's what I'm excited about. Anyways, I'll give you guys more details next week. I'll be beefed up on YGG next week, and I'll give you the full rundown. So tune in next week.
For sure. Guys, can you tell me what happened to Whale Shark? Has he disappeared off the face of the earth? I miss the guy. Honestly, a lot of people miss him, and I know his community, his Discord's still running strong. Did someone kidnap this man?
I'm curious too, Young. I haven't heard much from Whale Shark lately. I mean, I'm in the Whale Discord and I follow him on Twitter. And
You think he would have like an SOS kind of maybe like safe word or
The
something.
safe word. The last post that I'm seeing him, the last thing I see that he put on Twitter is like May 20th. Oh, that's pinned. Sorry. So, but yeah, it seems like we're talking like the end of May since he's been active on Twitter.
Huh.
So he's been, and I don't recall seeing him in any. Now I haven't been in his server very actively, but
Someone said Nick's service that he dead.
I hope he's all right. Like I hope it's nothing serious. I hope he's just on vacation or something. But I'm sure that there are people that are quite invested into some of his endeavors that are wondering where he's at, and maybe they're in contact. Who knows?
Guys, create a safe word. All right, send a bottle to space with your seed key. I don't know. Do something where if you got all this revenue one day, you become a target. Everybody's posting all our information on OpenSea is all fucking public. I don't even know what I'm gonna do now. I should keep my shit private.
That's another thing, Young. Like I know we talk about that a lot, but somebody in the ape community recently lost between 40 and 45,000 US dollars to some sort of an attack or a vulnerability. That was
they went to Google like a fool. And
some sort of a vulnerability that was exploited then. Or okay,
yeah.
they went to the
No, they went to Google. They instead of like when I go to OpenSea, I type in like OPE and it pops up. It's a bookmark, and I go to OpenSea. Like if you're going to Google still to be lazy, if you got enough time to type in whatever you're looking for and hit enter to go to Google and get the link, 1, you're stupid, and 2, while I do have a lot of empathy for you, 3, you're also still stupid, because even in the post that he put on Twitter, he's like, oh well, Bitdefender, and it shows me the green check mark, and it's like, bro, in that same picture where you're circling that green check mark to try to justify why you made a mistake, which is, we got to learn from it at this point. We're not going to beat you up on it, but right next to that little green check mark is literally what doesn't say OpenSea.io. It was literally like
my Ether wallet.
My Ether wallet with little letters in between that didn't even spell my Ether wallet. And it's like, you should have been circling that fucking link where it tells you the address and not.
Yeah, he should have looked for the little lock that wasn't locked on the fucking.
I don't even know if that's a safe bet anymore. Like you really got to be careful. And the bottom line is be careful. Like there's more ways to be exploited now than there were before. Yeah, just be extra careful.
Bookmark your shit and use a hardware wallet. It's not that hard. Like at this point, it's like we're only gonna like Washington mentioned, we're only gonna see more people getting in trouble with this shit. The more people that get in space, we're gonna see more people making these mistakes, regardless of how long they've been in or whatever they've accumulated, however much money. The more money you got accumulated, the dumber you get, the more you're gonna be losing. So we're gonna see more of that shit.
Yeah, under our watch, guys, you will not be a tadpole. You will definitely be a full-grown grouper. We're not gonna let you get eaten. You just stay with us. Just stay with the pack. If you're in the dojo, ask questions. Does this link look sketchy? All you gotta do is ask. And then we'll help.
Now, Punks Comics had a very good week.
I still have my Punks comics, and a lot of people sold their Punks comics because they didn't like Beanie. They said, "Fuck Beanie, I don't want to deal with the trolling. I'm selling my Punks comic now." Maybe they stuck to the guns. I respect that.
Nah, people don't like making money. It is what it is. Like how many times have we learned that you gotta take emotion out of some of this stuff, and maybe you don't like the project, but you can make money from it. Like if you don't like Beanie, like you don't even know Beanie probably, and you're gonna get mad at a whole system where he's just not even like a developer for it. He's the marketing guy, and now you're gonna lose out on an investment. Like,
but I do respect people sticking to their virtues, whatever they want. You know what I mean? But I get.
Yeah, I mean, fake virtues. I mean, you don't like somebody, and you're gonna sell something that they didn't even make. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I can see it.
My love for money and cryptocurrency trumps all of that stuff. Like all that ego stuff gets trumped by money. So, like I say, I'd do almost anything for an ETH.
Is that why you bought a lady, Walsh?
No, that's why he bought a funk. The lady was a good investment. The funk, that's why he switched on the funk.
I made the
money.
Sorry,
but go. No, forget about the ladies. Tell me about the Punks comics. I don't care about the ladies. Tell me how good my investment is.
Well, essentially, the Punks comics went up to almost like 1.3 ETH at one point this week, and I think that they're still sitting comfortably at like 1.1 or 1.2. So they're
talk dirty to me. You're talking dirty to me right now.
Sure.
Now they're doing extremely well, but I had a conversation with somebody today about this, and I'm kind of curious if the profit that I'm going to be able to pull out of a single comic over the course of the 2 years is going to be greater than or less than the profit I can make right now on the Punks comic should be like almost an ETH.
Yeah, but what about at the end of those 2 years, what the Punks comic is worth?
Exactly. This is all things I'm trying to factor in to consideration.
And do you know how much token supply there is of Punks? What's the max token, that net tokenomics of the token there?
Is it not 100 million?
I mean, that's how much it's worth, technically 600 ETH. I forget the number. I think it's like 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah. That's right.
So one Punk one day will equal 1 Bitcoin?
I mean, some Punks are already worth a Bitcoin.
Some of them are worth more than a Bitcoin by far. Like, I mean, haven't they sold for like millions of dollars? Like, pretty sure.
We do know who Silly Tuna is, right? Like,
I do want to, since Walsh brought up the Punks, I will cover something real quick. There's a dude on Twitter, Bcheck or check_B, who I mean, I feel like we've talked about this, but he made it very concise, and he basically was saying, you know, if you have the Punks comic, even just one, well, the snapshot is going to be coming soon, and I believe it's going to be tonight, at some point tonight.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It'll be 11:59 or 12 UTC, whatever the time is, depending on where you live. UTC is universal, obviously, which is time in England, good old jolly. But with that window coming in, there's going to be a couple things going down. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't help it, you know. To the Queen.
Good old jolly.
You know,
are we getting some free airdrops?
Well, no, this is what's going down. We're going to have the burning and the staking coming near, but that snapshot is going to be for the meta hero, because here's basically everything you need to know. Later tonight will be the snapshot for the wallets that hold at least one Punks comic. You can mint one meta hero per comic that you hold. So if you have 4, you can do 4. If you have 1, you can do 1.
What the fuck is a meta hero?
Well, see, the meta heroes are going to be part of that new thing that they're introducing called the mint pass. So you could purchase, I know the mint pass is supposed to be like 0.08 to purchase a mint pass. And what it basically does is it whitelists you with the ability to earn. So that way, basically, it eliminates gas wars. That's the whole thing that they're kind of doing now. You get this mint pass, and it's basically going to be the equivalent cost of whatever you're going to try to mint. But instead of having to gas war with people and everybody going at the same time, you're just entitled to it. So then you can go ahead and utilize it when you need to. There's more to it, but I mean, that's the gist of it.
Did Jimmy set that whole thing up like that?
I mean, it's something that's going down with like the whole meta hero stuff. So yeah.
I know Jimmy is a part of that Punks Comics tokenomics thing there.
Yeah, Pixel Vault today, Odious, and obviously Punks Comic and all. They're all getting together and they put this stuff together. But I know with these snapshots, like the impact of it is basically going to be like elimination of FOMO. That way everybody's not rushing to go do it. Obviously, if you then on top of that with the Punks comic, we go into the staking and the burning, like you guys
are talking about. That is going to create some crazy income. I'm so happy I got 2 of them fucking things.
Well, this is what the guy was looking at, and I know a lot of us have been talking about it. Walsh and I kind of like game plan for it and stuff like that too. But you, when you look at the stake and the burn options, I think everybody knows if you stake it, you get the Punks token, which is a portion of the 16 CryptoPunks, and obviously if you burn it, you get the Founders Vault DAO token, which is all of the CryptoPunks plus all the art that they hold in there from Hakatow and Robbie Trevino, etc. And when you look at it, everybody's trying to figure out, okay, well, how many are going to get burned? How many are going to get staked? And even if you look at like a conservative number, say 6,000 get burned, what he was looking at is the fact that there's 10,000 comics, and how many comics are actually for sale right now in OpenSea? Usually around 300 to 350. That's an extremely small number when you look at a ton of these, bringing back generative avatars and all these other projects. Normally, even in Top Shot, you're seeing between the total of value and then what are actually being sold, you're only seeing like 15, 20, 25%. If something's really selling, like it's not really like selling a lot, you're looking at 30%. These 300, 350 out of 10,000. That means everybody pretty much has decided that I'm either burning or staking this. I'm definitely not selling this. And there's only so many that are actually going to be sold now. And then especially once they get burned and staked, even then. So we're going to see pretty much a trifecta of like whatever you want to do, the value is going to probably be there for you in this project, whether you burn it, stake it, or
that was well said. That shit was well said. Someone said, Stan Rabbit said, I think what Punk Comics makes a real nice long-term hold. A lot of benefits to hold it over a long time.
Yeah, well, of course, like it's 100% a long-term. Fucking hell, I cannot talk, guys. I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
For sure.
But why it's a good long-term hold is because like Meta Heroes is like their first I guess like affiliated project, but then after that there's going to be another project and another project. And when you zoom out 2 years down the road, what is Pixel Vault? Like, what if Pixel Vault has 4 or 5 other like really valuable IPs attached to it, and they're still using Punk's comic as that original snapshot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like look into the future. Like, if this is one of those like OG projects that like set some foundational work, like you're holding an OG piece of crypto history. So like, that's why we've been super bullish on it this whole time, in my opinion.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yo, Matt Rad TKE. Shout out to him.
Radkey,
Radkey, the homie. Sorry, bro.
Yes.
He said, "Did you guys talk board punk yacht club at all?"
I got a buddy that's part of that project. We did not talk about it though. Well, if he has any questions, I mean, yeah, definitely we can talk about it. Combination basically between CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's a limited edition.
Guys, I didn't grow up in the .com era. This is a side note, but I feel like the .com era should have probably airdropped like free domains or like fucking websites to people. I don't know if those guys were as giving as the NFT space, or if they had the technology to not even do it. But just
I don't think they were. I don't think they were as giving. I've talked to some like game devs and like some like Web 2.0 people that are coming into the space, and they're like, they've expressed this like really intense joy, being like, what the fuck is going on in crypto? Like, whatever's going on here is like really special and really cool, and I don't even know what to make of it yet. Like, I've been like this week I had some of the most incredible conversations of my crypto career so far, and it was with some of those like more traditional entertainment people, and they were like, I've never seen what's going on in the space anywhere else in all of my like time in this industry, you know? So like, we're in a really, really special time and place, and that should be kept at the forefront of our mind, I think.
Facts. Space Jam drops tomorrow, guys. I don't know if you're gonna go see it. Fortnite drops their LeBron skin. He has a do-rag on. He's wearing the LeBrons. He's literally, you can play as LeBron in Fortnite. It's fucking epic, and it's just giving me more and more hope for the meta every day. And also my Space Jam Nifties that I got. So, guys, I think this was a fucking powerful show. It was very insightful. One of our best ones yet. Am I missing anything out of here? Because I do have a dolphin to go feed. And
a date with Destiny with a dolphin?
It eats Meow Mix. I don't know. It's just fucking always craving Meow Mix. It's like, I gotta help him and feed it that. But did we miss anything here?
I mean, I think we covered a lot today, boys. It's always a pleasure having a chat with you guys, and I think we covered a lot of good topics. But yeah, Jeremy, go ahead.
The one thing I don't know if we shouted out, and maybe we did at the top of the show, but Influence dropped their trailer this week, and so shout out to Influence for dropping their trailer. That shit was tight. I think we did quickly touch upon it, but
go check it out,
just
please.
In case. It's cool. It's really cool.
And if you guys want to build on my asteroid, I have a really nice one, and I'm gonna be mining for fuel so I can own the fuel supply. I should not probably be telling you this shit, but
I'm wondering about the dojo. When's the dojo getting built in Sandbox?
The dojo is, I need a 3D designer, but I need to raise capital. I can't raise capital until we sell out that damn pink poodle. All right, sell out that damn pink poodle, and then we could hire a 3D artist to build. I got land already. All right, it's fucking coming. It's just baby steps.
You gotta increase that marketing on the new toy.
I will.
I'm looking forward to some karate.
Oh, the karate.
Yeah, I mean, people are fucking bored. I don't know, man. People literally are just not. You know, I literally timed it the right. I don't want to make excuses, but I just need to get that extra boost back. You know.
Growing, man. It's a brand new thing. We're growing. It's going to take time, but we'll get there.
I honestly, at this point, be on the lookout for cool airdrops. I don't want to say shit, especially to the OGs. Be on the lookout. Someone said, "Are you guys doing Discord chat in the dojo after?"
I can certainly.
Yeah, I'll hop in there.
Yeah. Guys, you know the drill. I need you to karate kick in the dojo some wisdom. All right, each one of you. Actually, I wanted to do a game before we left. I posted this on Twitter. It didn't get a lot of traction like I wanted it to. you know you're in NFTs when, and I said, when people lowball you on OpenSea all the time on really good collectibles, you're getting lowballed all the time. Offers.
Facts.
So what about you, Walshy? You know you're in NFTs when?
When Dr. Burry is offering you 10 times less than your NFT is worth 3 times a day.
You know you're in NFTs when, Deadstock?
When Mike Tyson buys a cool cat.
And Jeremy, you know you're in NFTs when?
When you're comfortable passing up a bunch of projects.
That was
facts.
I mean,
when do you use when? But yeah, Walsh, do you have any last words before we so I go feed my dolphin?
I can't really think of anything specific to say this time around, but just always a pleasure having a chat with you guys. And to everybody that's watching, if you want to join in the voice chat after we're all done, we're going to hop in and just shoot the shit with you guys. And through the week, jump in the Discord and ask some questions, or we'll be around. Ask us to hop in the voice chat, and we'll shoot the shit with you through the week too. We're available.
You're the man, Walshy. Live the dream, eat ice cream. What about you, Deadstock? Any wisdom, karate kicking?
Yeah, no, I kind of harp on what you guys were saying before. Very grateful every Thursday for being able to get with you gentlemen and talk about what's going on in the NFT space and crypto in general and get all the different perspectives. And if I had any wisdom, it would really just be stop wasting time. Stop wasting time with all the bullshit. Have a strategy, execute it, and make this money. Seriously, like we're in a unique position right now where a lot of people could really waste the time away, just kind of hopping from project to project. Unless you plan on holding all this stuff, have a strategy. If you're going to flip, try to stick to it, learn from it. And if you're going to invest and understand that it's going to be like on the highway, people are going to be doing different shit, slower, going faster, in nicer vehicles. But the end goal is going to be the journey. And also like, remember to get to your fucking destination, wherever that is. So that is my wisdom.
For sure. Thanks, homie. You're the best. Jeremy?
You're the best.
So, apologies about your dolphin, but I'm gonna riff here for just a minute. So bear with me, boys. But earlier you asked, "What's your end goal?" And it got me thinking. You asked, "What was I drawing?" I wasn't drawing anything. I was taking some notes because it's a really good question. It's a really fair question. So what's your end goal? If your end goal is to get rich, then I don't know if that's the right end goal. So today I had a really cool conversation with this up and coming project, and the guy said something that really struck me, and I wrote it down. And we were talking about NFTs, we were talking about NFT technology, and he just kind of threw off the cuff like, this is the beginning of everything. It gave me goosebumps. This is the beginning of everything. And I feel like we all feel that deep in our bones, And that makes you zoom out. Like, what is this the beginning of everything? Like, what does that mean? And I tweeted something I think that relates to it earlier this week, and it was about what I look forward to. And like, I was reminiscing on my father, because my father was a big nerd, right? My father collected Marvel stuff. He had a closet full of comic books, and it made me think, like, if my father was my age right now, he'd be doing exactly what I was doing. He'd be collecting a lot of cool stuff. He'd have a lot of cool things in his wallet, and my father would have been able to share that with me right now, and the reason I was thinking about that is because I remember as a kid, my father collected a bunch of like toys and that sort of thing. And he had a bunch of old Star Wars toys from like the 1970s, 1980s. And one day my dad gave me an old 1980s Star Wars toy, and he didn't give it to me. He opened it up and then he gave it to me. And even as like an 8-year-old kid, that struck me as strange because I knew this was a part of him. I knew this was like something valuable to him, and he was sacrificing it to give it to his son. But even at a young age, that struck me as strange because if he would have just given it to me in the box, all wrapped up, it would have been too sacred, to unwrap. And I would still have that today. And I would be passing that on to my son. I have no idea where that toy is now. So it made me think, like, if my father had instead given me an NFT, that would be sitting in my wallet, and it would be my most treasured NFT. And so that's what I think when I think this is the beginning of everything, because this is what I'll be doing with my son. I'll be telling my son or daughter really cool stories about how me and my friends helped build the future, So now if you think that future looks like generative art projects, then awesome. If you think that looks like crypto gaming, then cool. If you think that looks like DeFi, then awesome. But I do think we are building the beginning of everything. Now, if your thesis, if your end goal is to get rich quick or to get rich, what does that mean? So for example, if it's generative art, you know, you could be flipping, you could be pulling that one-armed jack, you know, scratching those lottery tickets and that sort of thing. But just like for some context, you know, I kind of cut my teeth, so to say, in alluvium. Now recently I staked my alluvium, and I'm making more money off my staked alluvium than I could have ever have hoped to through generative art projects and flipping and that sort of thing. But that's because, like we've talked about a lot here, I formed a thesis, I saw where the puck was going, and I stuck to my guns. And that's a hard thing to do. Now, I'm not dissing anybody, I'm not talking shit, I'm just saying, know your end goal, form a thesis, and stick to it. Don't get caught up in all the shit. You know, it's really easy to get distracted by charts. I haven't looked at any charts in ages because this technology, this everything that we're helping build is way more exciting than a lot of things. You know what I mean? So finally, just to kind of like wrap this all up, like my NFT thesis is that art, all the things that we're building right now, is laying the foundation for what's to come. If we think that this is the beginning of everything, what does everything look like? It looks like everything will one day be on chain. Your house, your car, a lot of your information. That same guy who said the beginning of everything lived in Estonia. Now, Estonia, their government is built on the blockchain. It's incredible they're living in the future, you know? So if you look into the future, visualize what that looks like, and then form your investment thesis, and then learn, like Walshy and Deadstock say, as much as you can about that. And then start getting involved. Start making wise investments. Don't look at FOMO. Don't be tempted by FOMO. Like, go with your guts, go with your intuition. And then in a cycle or two from now, you'll be able to look back and be really proud of yourself. And that's a really cool feeling. Like we talked about last time, know thyself, you know? So do really think about what your end goal is and take some time to think about that, because that could be one of the most valuable things you do in this entire crypto journey, you know? So that's what I'll leave you guys with. And that's what I was kind of thinking about. And
guys, the homie
keep
is
going,
the
guys.
Shakespeare of NFTs. He's like, this would be what Shakespeare NFTs would be look like and sound like. Just
Funny thing, if
poet.
Shakespeare had access to the blockchain.
But now Jeremy does. You got to write a book because when you speak, I listen. Very inspirational, bro. Like very. I'm thinking about my son. I don't even have a son, and just all that glory that we all can share for generations to come. Guys, this dolphin is literally calling my name. The chat was undefeated today. We had 100 messages. Guys, I would say this. Sheesh, that was a good show. Till next time, love you guys. Live the dream. Eat ice cream. And homies, above all,
Stay content.
stay content. Peace. Beat your mic. We gotta go back to that 80s, that 90s music. Later, y'all. See y'all in the dojo. Peace.
Face down on the mattress.